Today's episode is sponsored by Dragon's Den, Games and Hobbies. You can visit them at 552 Main Street in Honesdale, PA, or call them at 570-647-4633.
The Dragon's Den, where gamers unite. Vice the owner in Honesdale under neon lights. Video games, board games, cards at every site. A haven for all, where fun takes flight. Come join the quest in this gaming paradise, where dragons roam free under endless skies. Adventure awaits with every roll of the dice. In Dragon's Den, where the magic never dies. From retro classics to the latest trend, dive into battles with allies and friends. Strategize your moves till the very end. In this realm of games, the fun never ends. Gather round for events galore, a place of joy like never before. Come join the quest in this gaming paradise, where dragons roam free under endless skies. Adventure awaits with every roll of the dice. In Dragon's Den, where the magic never dies. Unleashing the hype, metal tools will be waiting. Join us on the journey, gaming is engaging. NTT Gaming, our mission never raging. From pixels to dice, we discuss it all. The thrill of victory, the bitter defeats fall. Strategies, campaigns, and characters stand tall. I look for the games, both big and small. Through big swords and cards, our friendship will sprawl. Join us on the journey, gaming is engaging. Anything gaming, our mission never raging. Malaysian. From pixels to dice, we discuss it all. The thrill of victory, the bitterest defeat fall. Strategies, campaigns, and characters stand tall.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of NDT Gaming, presented by Dragon's Den Games and Hobbies on Main Street in Honesdale, PA. Welcome, everybody. Jared, I hope you enjoy the fact that I keep using the same adjective every damn episode, just out of spite.
I like it. Who are you spiting, Justin?
I love the word fantastic.
Okay.
Because it's super. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday night. We are here to talk more gaming, more nonsense, and I hope you guys are in on the chat with us tonight. We're back and forth about what we're going to talk about, but I think we've settled on some Resident Evil. We got a couple of things coming out. We got Dragon Age, the new Dragon Age game coming out. So I'm gonna toss it to Mike and see what he wants to start with, because there's a lot going on in the gaming world this week, man.
Well, the big thing that came out that everybody was getting hyped up for was the PS5 Pro, got announced, and everybody was like, ooh, and Oz. And then they heard the price tag, and everybody said, ooh. And it's not coming with a disc tray, you got to buy that separately. And then everybody went, eh. And then they said that the stand is going to be sold separately too. So everybody kind of said, well, how much does it cost to build a gaming PC? And then they sold out. And Sony was like, oh, victory, it sold out. Yeah, because the scalpers got there first. Now, I'm a Sony fanboy myself. I've never really touched an Xbox before. And it's kind of, I know a lot of people get on my ass for that. But
same.
I don't see it, like me as a person, a big reason to get one of these. Does it look graphics wise gorgeous? Sure, why not? All systems look gorgeous right now. You can get PCs to do the same thing right now. But what PS5 lacking right now is there really wasn't that one game that made everybody go, holy crap. I mean, PS1 came out, and there was at least 5 titles that were coming out that everybody went, holy crap, over this is going to be amazing. I mean, we're coming up on we just came over the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil 3 and Dino Crisis. They just put Dino Crisis on the marketplace right now. I think it's on their PlayStation Pros right now. that game was absolutely incredible that nobody saw coming, that they thought, holy crap, this game's going to be worthy of a remake. And Capcom has been very like, well, we got Monster Hunter, we got Resident Evil, we don't really need it. And the fans have been like riding where it's like, okay, then drop one or the other and give us Dino Crisis. You know, that game was insane.
Okay, so my first thing I'm going to touch on is the price point. You said people were a little appalled by that. Aside from the fact that you got so many different things to put with it, it's not all packaged together. What is the price point? Where is the starting price at for
$700?
$700.
$700.
And you have to buy the disc tray separate. Second question that I was going to have for you is how minuscule is the difference between the PS5 and then the PS5 Pro? In like, what is this? Like, does it really make that much a difference that you're going to go out and spend another $700 to upgrade?
I mean, it's going to give you they say it's going to give you up to like 67% more where they computive units and like 27% more speed. I mean, and then you get the 4K gaming, more immersive. They upgraded their GPU. Looks wise, it's really, it's not going to look any different.
So like, so you understand all the specs and stuff, especially when it comes to like PC gaming, PC graphics. Me, I'm just an old man. All right. So like, I'll look at the PS5 and you look at particular games. Like I love the Horizon series, Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. When I play that game, I think it looks gorgeous. Currently I'm playing, and I told you guys before stream here, I'm playing through Skyrim again from 2011. I've got a couple of mods on it on the PS5, and I think that looks incredible. And I think if I played it on the PS5 Pro, I doubt that I'd really see much of a difference.
I mean, Anubra's right. I mean, so it gives you the 4K, the 60 frames per second with the ray tracing. I have not looked into a lot of ray tracing, so I'm not entirely sure what.
All right, so then Beards, Brews, and Barbecues, our friend Mark over there from Beards, Brews, and Barbecues, which if you guys don't follow him over on Facebook, make sure that you do. Excellent dude. He's been on our show a few times. He says that PS5 Pro is so they can remaster everything. He said he fell for the PS4 Pro nonsense. He'll stay with the PS5. You know, I was just talking to you guys about that too with the PS4 Pro, the Slim. They did all these different models, and it's just like then they came out with the PS5 shortly after.
And Nubra said you'll see a difference.
Really? Are my old eyes really going to tell?
Probably not yours because your eyes probably suck like mine do. But I mean, like, there is like a certain, like, you know, with the new HD TVs, you see the glass TVs and everything. I mean, the pictures are incredible. I mean, I'm even playing Resident Evil 3 on my friend's PS5 that he brings on here. You can watch the sweat run down Jill's face and everything else like that. I mean, we've come to that way in gaming, but my God, how much more do you want it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, call me old fashioned. Give me story over graphics any day. It's great that the game looks gorgeous, but if you're only selling me half the game, like we've argued 100 times on here before, what do I care? I'm not going to go out and buy it. The last Call of Duty was like, everybody's complaining about it now. They're saying they only sold you half the game, and then they're going to make you go out and buy the other game on some season pass thing. And it's like, well, great. Thanks for the $70. Give us another 40. We'll give you the rest of your game.
Yeah, they have another Call of Duty coming out soon too, don't they? The new Black Ops. Ridiculous. And Mark said it too. I'm sure you'll see the difference, but in this economy, it's out of touch. And it is crazy.
That's the thing with like the economy right now is saying $700 is going to definitely turn people away from it.
Was it that different? Anubra said I slept on the PS4 Pro, but when I finally got it, I couldn't go back to the regular PS4. It really made that big of a difference for you. It's just the thing that's the craziest to me about all of it is you get the PS4 and then a couple years later you get the Pro or the Slim, and then a few years later it's like they're constantly upgrading. How much money do you really have to spend on all this? Like, it takes me, by the time I get a PS6, PS7 will be out.
Well, they're already talking about the 6, about what they want to do with the 6, and when you see the 6 in a few years. So for a lot of people, it's like, I actually had 2 guys in here say it to me the other day. He's like, well, why the hell am I going to get the Pro when 6 is 5 years out? What the hell's the point in that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know somebody that was telling me that they would sell all their stuff to get a PS5 Pro.
Who are you rolling your eyes about? Is it Anubra?
Maybe.
All right. Like, so here's my next question to you guys is how
Not
far
all
are we gonna go? Like, how far can they go? How far can these developers go with our systems, with our consoles? Like, how far can they go with this? Because the way things are going now, it's almost like, how can you make it much better? Is the technology just going to constantly progress, or is there going to be a plateau where it's like, all right, what's the sense in making another console? Just perfect this one. It is top tier for right now. There's really not much more you can do about it.
I really think at one point you're just going to go to virtual reality. I know we've joked around in here before. I said Sword Art Online, if you want to be technical, is something like 10, 20 years out from like when they first initially do the anime. And I said that's pretty much what it's going to be. Put on a VR headset, everybody joins up in this lobby and goes and plays a game in this virtual world. I can see us doing that in like 10 years. I absolutely can.
Man, this stuff's crazy because, all right, I'll read this first. Mark says, I saw numbers of how costs were in terms of inflation. And yes, it's cheaper than PS4 Pro, but I'm with Mike. Make a story-driven game. I'm a live service guy. I have 4,200 hours in Destiny 2. I would love a great story-driven game. The Pro isn't going to make New World look that much better. Oh, a raid. What's up? Thank you, Raiders over on
Thank you,
Twitch.
Steven.
You guys are amazing.
What's going on, Gates?
Kurt says, I bought a PS5 last month. I only played Modern Warfare 3. So far, I hadn't played anything in like 5 years. Well, I hope you're enjoying Modern Warfare 3, man.
Aside from Space Marine 2, there really hasn't been anything big that people have went all nutty over.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that I've seen people, even from the tabletop world of me, after Space Marine 2 came out, people were like, okay, now tell me about Warhammer. And it's like, well, it's not pressing X on a controller. I'm going to tell you that much. You know.
It's so good. Yeah, I love the
good.
game. But so like Anuber was saying, I mean, you get the double FPS. You go to 60, and I think I saw somewhere where Horizon Forbidden West is going to be remastered. So
and that game's already beautiful. So
it is. So you're gonna see that remastered for the PS5 Pro. I mean, playing that with 60 frames per second, it's going to be beautiful.
It's wild, man. Because I'm gonna keep going back to it. Like, bro, Skyrim. I can play this game forever. It came out in 2011. I just started a new playthrough back on Sunday this past week, and I can't stop playing. I can't stop playing that game. So are you telling me if they do this and they upgrade again, that Skyrim can look that much better and it's going to make me that much happier? Is that what's going to happen?
Shitty eyes.
Not with my shitty eyes. Honestly.
I'm sure you could take it to certain like levels, but I mean, here's the problem with Skyrim. It's beautiful and great, and then all of a sudden we're back to Skyrim again. Good.
I knew I can, but
good, Corey. You're finally awake with your hands tied in the back of a wagon going to your execution. I hope a dragon doesn't touch down, and
I don't even do the opening scene anymore. I get the alternate start mods. Fuck that.
Macho
we start somewhere new. Yeah. Dovahkiin. Yes. Usro da, bitches.
But I agree. I think
we forgot our rated R logo.
Yeah. You'll see a difference, Corey.
Dragon Son Scott wears if you got coin.
Yes. 100%.
No, I mean Skyrim.
Show of hands in chat. Show of emotes in chat if you guys love Skyrim. Please. Let me know I'm not alone. Love dragons.
My life that I talk about it.
I probably play like 2 or 3 hours of Skyrim. I downloaded it the other day though because I'm going to get play it some more. But I've been playing some Warhammer 40K Space Marines too.
My wife says she's playing Skyrim right now while she's listening to us. It's funny. It's true because, well, listen, my son was playing it and he kept talking about it. I'm like, God damn it, now I want to play it again. So I started again, and my wife was watching me, and she's like, I want to play now. So it's just cyclical. It just started happening.
You're gonna make me do it, aren't you? You son of a
I
bitch,
love it, man.
Skyrim.
Yes, you're gonna play Skyrim tonight when you get home. Yeah, buddy.
I'm playing the Resident Evils in order, and I'm at like 5 or 6. Do not make me start already.
All right, so then why don't we jump into that then? Because it is the anniversary of Resident Evil 3. You said, you asked me how I feel. I feel old. It's 25 years, right?
25 years old that Resident Evil 3 graced our PS1 consoles. And I believe it was this time because it was September 22nd, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow I'm still alive. And she's going to get infected on the 29th. And I believe on September 30th, she's going to wake up. October 1st, Raccoon City gets nuked. That's the order for the whole Resident Evil thing going towards that end. And they actually did it to the date of like September 22nd, like all that with like the monsters overtaking the city was the game released.
Nerd.
Very. Yes.
I got all of it.
But
I
it's
got
been-
it. I played Resident Evil 3, so I understood.
I haven't played
That's-
Resident Evil 3 in forever.
As you should. It's amazing.
I know.
Beautifully done. And it's funny to go back to Skyrim and talk about PS5 graphics and how great it is on PS5 Pros and all that stuff. And I'm going back to a PS1 game where it was tank controls and, you know, the mouths aren't moving. The hand's got like a basic, you know, it's all squared off and everything. It's great, but
Yeah.
God bless it. It's one of the best Resident Evils out there. Nemesis chasing you around. Like, that was incredible.
Listen, man, where we are right now with gaming, it really makes you appreciate what you grew up and grew through, what you grew up with and what you grew through. Like, we got to experience us as early millennials or late Gen Xers. Like, we got to appreciate all generations of these systems, every single one of them, not just because we went back to them, but because we grew with them. We started with Nintendo and grew all the way through, man. We grew all the way through the gaming era.
And finally, they just put Dino Crisis on, which also turned 25 years today, or, you know, the other day. They just put that one out on the marketplace, and that was a big deal because people were like itching to play that game again.
And I'm going to have to, now that you say that, I'm going to have to get that at some point and play through it because I've never played Dino Crisis. When you first said Dino Crisis to me a couple days ago, I'm like, my mind went to Turok. For some reason, my brain went to Turok. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Nope. Hold on. Back up.
Instead of zombies, it's dinosaurs. And instead of Jill, it's Regina. But I mean, I think it's the same voice actor that did Regina, did Jill. I think
Really?
that was it. And I mean, it's Capcom. Capcom was, you know, killing it back then. They still do, but I mean, they couldn't do wrong. That was the year that they saw this and said, holy, you know, the one costume when you beat Resident Evil 3 is Regina's outfit to go play. You look like Regina running around Raccoon City.
Nice.
I think one of the Easter eggs in 3, I think there's a Dino Crisis poster somewhere or vice versa. I know in Resident Evil 3 on the wall in the, I want to say it's the diner, they leaked a Resident Evil 4 poster on the side of the building that they're already working on 4.
I'm gonna check.
I never saw that.
Yeah, Nubra. First was a Odyssey console in 1980. Man, we were just saying how 25 years of Resident Evil makes us feel old. I can't imagine the Odyssey in 1980.
Yeah, he's talking about growing up through that. Oh my gosh, man. Like, I really am starting to feel old.
Play video games in the arcade.
Unbelievable.
But it was just, it's nutty to sit back and go, this is 25 years and how long like Capcom's been there, how long like Sony's been there and all that stuff. Like, that's insane to think. Like, you think like even like a couple of years later, like the PS2 came out with like Resident Evil 4 and you're just like, holy crap, like where did the time go? And now we're talking about the 5 Pro with like, you know, I forget who had said it in the comments before about they just want to remaster everything. Yeah, because the original idea is to scare the hell out of people. They know you're going to buy it. They know if they remaster, what's the next one they want to remaster? They were making the big deal about, was it like, what the hell is it, Code Veronica or whatever? It's gaming does, yeah, it keeps me young too. And
so that's
said with that coming out, that's going to be crazy. But what I've noticed, and it's nutty, is a lot of people are actually getting out of video games and kind of crossing over into my kind of realm. And it's kind of neat to see that too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's I think there's more of a social aspect to your realm as well, which is a good thing. It's a positive thing. Anubra, games keep me young. I love that comment because one of my favorite quotes that I'm going to tell you, I came up with this. Okay, so remember this. I mean, someone else famous might have said this, but you know, I say this: the moment you grow up is the moment you grow old. So enjoy the things that you enjoy. Don't worry about acting a certain age. Do what you enjoy, because when you stop doing that shit, you're going to grow old. Don't fucking do it. It's a trap. You don't want to do it. Okay, don't want to do that shit.
Video games.
And then I wanted to. I know I'm going backwards. And I apologize. But you mentioned Sword Art Online, and I wanted to comment on that before I lose that thought too. Is I've been watching a couple of these anime where they get trapped in a game or they're playing a game or something like that. And it's all this VR stuff, they put on the headset and they lay down and and it's almost like it teleports them to another world. And watching that shit made me I told my wife, I was like, I actually want to try VR now and see what it's like. I know you just have the little goggles now but I want to try it. But I want to know, do you really see it being in the future? Do you think it's going to get to this point where you lay down, you throw this helmet on, and it literally just like transports your conscious, your being, into this augmented reality? Do you think that it can really do this, where you don't feel like you're laying down there, you're sitting down there, you're actually in that world?
Who knows what 10 years is going to bring?
You watch it? Do you watch a lot of Black Mirror? Like this was on an episode of Black Mirror where the guy that played who is it? The guy that played is it the Falcon in the Avengers? I can't remember his name. But he basically, it was like two little magnets, right? And he put them on the side of his head and then put the controller in his hand, and all of a sudden he's playing a video game in his head. Like, it's just like a Black Mirror episode.
That's crazy.
I don't think it's going to go that way, because I honestly don't know how you would. I mean, who's to say 10 years from now? But the technology, I don't see it going that way. I mean, I could see where Meta, they just came out with you guys remember Google Glass, right? The glasses that Google tried to come up with. So Meta's now doing one where they're wanting to have hands-free walking around. You can answer your phone calls, you can do your text messages, all just from your glasses. Like, just looking at letters will let you text. So they're ugly as shit. But that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to become a revolutionary in that world with the sunglasses.
They're gonna make contact lenses like this too someday.
Of course they are.
But let me tell you, if they ever create a VR, or this is more, I mean, I think this would be more AR than VR. If they ever create games like this where your conscious is literally transported into this gaming world, I'm in. I'll try it, because that sounds like fun. I think that'd be neat, man. Like, maybe feeling like you're actually running and performing all these things in the game. Count me in.
Well, Japan had one where it was an Attack on Titan one, and they were showing it off that the girl had the VR sets on, and she had the two swords up that like Levi had, and it was like she was jumping up and they were spinning her around, and she was trying to kill the Titan, like slashing the back of the neck, and like that was nuts. And it's like, this is Japan now. Like, we get Japan's pretty much hand-me-downs, Yeah. So like we're like the little brother to them, where they're like, oh yeah, we're done with this. You can have this now. And like, this is incredible. And I'm like, yeah, they already have something better than that already in the works. I mean, is our conscious going to be traveled? No, but I can see VR being the next thing where it's like, hey, if you guys want to go play World of Warcraft or whatever, hey, meet me in lobby 4 or lobby 16 or whatever. Throw on our glasses, our avatar's going to walk in the lobby. That's where we're going to be.
Well, now I've seen the rooms with like the multi-directional treadmill type things. Is that real, or is that just like in the movies? Do they really have shit like that where you can run in multi-directions?
They have gaming places you can go play virtual reality where you are either they're like that's that, real. Or they have an entire room where you walk around where it's just I don't know, cameras and whatnot. But you could play VR and go out and do it at I don't know, these pop-up. I don't know if they're pop-ups, but yeah, they totally have
it's like a pop-up thing, like Tokyo, obviously.
Japan
did it.
Oh my god.
Because of course, my one they have.
I don't know. I very much look forward to the day when they create stuff like this. I really do. I can't wait. We're getting one in the mall soon. That sounds cool, dude.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, one of the malls is supposed to be getting a VR bar.
I remember that because
I just want to try it once.
Yeah, it would be fun.
You
Like
sickness easy.
No,
You'll be fine.
no. So here's my other question about VR as being someone that has never tried it in my life. These goggles that I see, man, to me it seems like it's just something that's going to be annoying. You know, you throw the goggles on and there's the shit right in your face, like it's going to mess with your vision or something. Like, have you tried it, Mike? Have you tried VR?
Yeah.
Is it like does it make you feel awkward or is it actually pretty cool?
It's pretty cool. I have to admit, because they brought one where you're in a shark tank and you're swimming in the ocean and you're just moving around. And I mean, you obviously it looks like PS3 graphics, but you're still, it's like the shark does swim past you and you're like, holy shit, like you gotta have to back up. And it was neat. It was cool and I think it was the Oculus the kid brought down. So I mean, it was neat.
To try
VR. VR bars.
5 minutes, man, and I took that
I
off.
think that's where we're heading.
5 minutes and you took it off?
It makes me nauseous.
Does it really?
Yeah.
If you can either, it goes either way. You think it's for the one girl in here took it off and she's like, I'm going to throw up if I keep doing this.
Oh man, I got to try
it's certain games on there. Like some of them are really cool. Like it's pretty much like the feedback is almost instantaneously, but there's some games where instead of you like moving instantaneous, like you're skipping ahead to another frame. Like it just felt weird, but there are some cool features about it. You got like a little lounge. If you want to watch Netflix, you're sitting on a couch with a fire, big screen TV, and you're looking around. So it's almost like you're in a theater. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. I
feel like horror games are really cool like that.
Yeah, I can't sit there and do it for a long period of time.
Man, I think you would love Phasma like that.
I mean, they did Resident Evil, I think, was it 7? They did the VR one, and it scared the shit out of me. And I played this game multiple times. I knew where all the jump scares are. I already know this game like the back. I know the Baker Mansion better than I know my own house sometimes. And that stupid, like, 2 parts get me every time with the VR goggles on. Like, this game is terrifying.
Is 7 the village?
7
Biohazard.
Biohazard.
Yeah,
that was
Biohazard.
the mansion in Louisiana, and then 8 was Village. They're working on 9 right now. I hope the rumors of 9 are true. I really do.
Man, it's just I feel like it's just a different feel when you think that, you know, when your own body's on the line, when you feel like someone's really reaching for you or coming for you. That's got to be a cool feeling. Scary, right, but cool.
I mean, Capcom's incredible, and they're spearheading a lot of this. I mean, you know, this is a good kind of lead-in. We do the Universes card game here at the store, like one of the only stores in Pennsylvania that really do it. I mean, in our like area, in our vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the first sets were all like Capcom sets. Were all Street Fighter. It's hard to, you know, it's easy to forget that Street Fighter was a Capcom product. That, you know. Geez, that was Street Fighter back in like the 90s too, early 80s, 90s.
The original Street Fighter.
That's got to be at least the
early
80s. 90s or 90, like 91, 92, maybe.
Jared's on it quick. He's like, I'll find out for you. I'll find out.
But it's pretty
1987
cool to see, like,
was the first one.
Damn.
Yeah.
87. That's right. It was late 80s. But the card game is a big part of the Dragon's Den right now. And like to watch like Darkstalker, Street Fighter, King of Fighters, Mega Man, all this stuff kind of go from like the video games onto the card game scene was amazing. Like that was so cool to see, like your favorite IP right now is on this card game, you know, instead of just playing in the arcades, you get to play with your friends here, and it was neat.
Yeah.
It did suck. He is correct.
All right. So do you want to talk a little bit about Universes tonight, or do we want to do that on another episode? You tell me.
We can do whatever you want. I can brief on it now if you want, so we can go further into like the TCGs we do down here later on.
Yeah, we could. So yeah, why don't we do that? Because I think the concept, and I'm not big into many trading card games. I've never really been into them. I used to collect, I mean, like everybody else, I used to collect Pokemon cards when I was a young teen. So I haven't really gotten into much since then. But when I see these Universes cards, I think they're neat because they cover a lot of universes. So why don't you talk a little bit about that? What's the concept behind it and what makes it unique?
It's not just another Magic cookie cutter game where it's like another, or like a Pokemon game where everybody copied this to make this game or this game. There's a million TCGs out there right now that like, well, it plays like Magic, it plays like Pokemon, it plays like Yu-Gi-Oh, it plays like this, and everybody's like, oh, okay. This company came out in like 2006, I think, and that was insane to see like something brand new that was like, as it was the Universal Fighting System, the UFS, back in its day. And it was all the games with Mega Man, Street Fighter, where you could have your universes battle each other, and it was such a cool concept. I think Penny Arcade was one of the first ones to do this too. If you remember Penny Arcade from back in the day. And then the game kind of died off, and this new company picked it up, and it was called UBS, and that's the Universe game we know now. Their big one was My Hero Academia, and that was kind of the bring back to where it wasn't just the same old system. It was new artwork, new cards, a new company. And my guys were like, you have to carry this game. You have to get this game. And I'm like, fine, we'll get it. And the company, like one of the head guys actually called me and was like, dude, you're like one of the only stores in your area selling this game. How's it play? How do you guys like it? We're like, it's pretty good and it's all right. These guys are a really great company. It's not just like Hasbro calling you and being like, hi, I'm this, whatever, insert low bottom feeder on the totem pole kind of calling you and saying, take this survey to see how you like our game. This is an actual company that was like calling me and being like, where did we suck? Where did we go wrong? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? And that was kind of a first big impression on me that was like, wow, you actually do care about the LGS and not just, I'm here to make another dollar. But I mean, every universe, it's different universes fighting each other. And that's a great thing where you say like Mortal Kombat, you say Godzilla, you say Attack on Titan, you say Trigun, you say Cowboy Bebop. I guarantee you I called at least 2 IPs that were like, oh wow, oh hey, I really like that's pretty neat.
Yes, and there's a couple in particular that interest me and make me want to come start collecting. I mean, you gave me a pack when we did our show from Sidewalk Sales in Honesdale, and I have that pack sitting around my desk here somewhere. I just have to it's right here, right next to me. I have it. But so I want to take something. I want to say something. I want to put a pin in it, and we can talk about this after the show. But you said this higher up, they're very cool. They reached out to you. They wanted to know how it plays. They care about it. If you could make contact with them and see if they would like to come on the show to promote the game itself, but talk about it and just hang out with us and answer questions that us or viewers might have about this to try to drum up some more interest in it. See if you can reach out to him and see if he wants to join the show for that. So let's put a pin in that. We'll talk about that after the show. Go ahead.
If you want Monday, I'll call Andy and see if he wants to.
That would be awesome to get him on the show so that they could talk about their brand and talk up the game and see if we can get some more people to want to join the craze, if you will, whether it's just to collect or whether it's to play.
Well,
2005.
It's a great idea.
I love collecting more than actually playing.
He pulled a serialized number card, and I mean, it was like 14 out of 100. So there's only 100 of these cards floating around the entire United States and whatever. He pulled one. It's a $4,500 card. That's the biggest card ever pulled at Dragon's Den right now.
And you've had a couple others that are 3 or 4 figures as well, from what I've seen.
Well, I tell you that one. To tell you then the following week, he comes in and buys a pack and pulls another one that's $1,500.
Well, I tell you what, if I come down tomorrow and there's a pack there that I want to buy, I'm going to let you open it there for me so you can tell me what I'm looking at.
Of course.
My Hero Academia Dark Hero Arc comes out October 11th. So yeah, they got a lot of packs here.
I'm keeping up with My Hero Academia right now, by the way, and it's getting fantastic. So for anybody, just nerd out moment real quick for me. My Hero Academia, to me is a lot like the Harry Potter series, where it starts out where you're like, this is like a little kid show, but the more you get into it, the darker it gets, and then you're like, all right, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, that was the great part about it, when like a teacher gets beat to death and they're like, bad things aren't supposed to happen to heroes, and yet they do.
Yeah.
One part of the anime that gets dark for a lot of people was like the kids graduated and they're like, we're gonna go out and fight villains, and the one villain's like, who are you? I'm like, I'm here to do justice and win, and the kid gets beaten half to death, and it's like they're not here to take it easy on you, dude. It's an actual villain that's coming here to break your neck. That's what it is.
Interesting.
Howdy.
It is interesting. It's fantastic. But I'm looking at these cards again. I don't remember what these ones are from. I don't remember what it's from. But these cards are just gorgeous. And the camera that I have, it's not going to do it justice. You guys aren't really going to see it all that well. But the cards are absolutely beautiful. Flaming Arrow. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. It's not going to focus properly for you. But it's just, the artwork on them is amazing. Like, I want some Attack on Titan. I want some My Hero Academia. I'd even like some of the Capcom cards, to be honest with you.
Well, that's kind of where it's neat, where I started because the Capcom series came out, and Capcom was like coming out with like Street Fighter, and there was like the shiny cards, like, you know, you could get Cammy, you can get, you know, Ryu, you can get, you know, Jury came out. Their next set, they're coming up for next year, Street Fighter 6, Ninja Turtles, Solo Leveling. I mean,
I want that one right there. Give me the Solo Leveling cards. That's what I want.
I don't even know what Solo Leveling is.
Guilty Gear is
so
coming out
good.
with one of the sets. There's another. But I mean, people said like Guilty Gear, like, holy crap, I forgot about Guilty Gear. Ninja Turtles was a big one that they announced, and people said, wow. And then they dropped Guilty Gear, and that was nuts.
Ninja Turtles came out in August, right?
Ninja Turtles is coming out next August.
It's coming next.
Ooh, a
Okay.
year. Oh my God, you gotta wait a whole year.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see those ones though. I think those cards are gonna be beautiful.
But it's one of those
seen the
card
sun
games
in
that
years.
comes out, and like people watch other people play it, and they're like, I'm not really a big My Hero fan. And then you pull a Godzilla card out, and you're like, I love Godzilla. Where did you get that?
Yes.
And their cards maintain the value. I'll give you a little bit of the nerd stock market right now. Magic just announced the ban list for their Commander set, and 3 big cards got banned that got a lot of people pissed off.
Banned?
And like banned for like play, and
Holy
it
shit.
pissed them off. Quite a big deal. It was a big card. It was like Dockside Extortionist. I think Mana Crypt and another one got banned, and people were like up in arms. They're like, I just spent $120 on this card. Now it's worth $60. And I said, well, My Hero stock market's doing fantastic right now. And that Reiner has stayed at $4,500. It hasn't moved.
That's crazy.
And I said,
And I
well,
saw-
that's
I
gotta tell
saw-
you something.
I think I saw the Mikasa one. Was it Mikasa that was pulled in your shop with the little?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was dude. I'm all about the artwork. I think it was a gorgeous looking card. I think it looked really cool.
They did a bold move, and they decided not to use the anime. They used the manga artwork.
Yeah. Which
So a lot of
I
people
honestly
were like,
think
I
was
don't know, and I
probably a
said-
good move. I think it's a good move.
Well, they have to get the go-ahead from the studio before they hit print on that. And the
Yeah.
creators of Attack on Titan saw the cards and said, we love them, go to print.
That's awesome.
So they talked to the creators of all these big companies and said, before we go to print, they have to give they can't just go. And they did the Attack on Titan ones, and they were like, we actually want the first couple boxes because we think it's amazing that you took our manga work and put them in TCG form. That Solo Leveling is going to be incredible when that comes out.
The popularity of Solo Leveling right now, and with the movie that it's got coming out, and with season 2 coming out, when that comes out for universes, if you get those cards in your shop, they will sell out quick. I want a pack. I want at least 1 pack. Please say 1 pack for me. At least 1.
Nerd.
I'm not asking for a lot, just 1.
We are kind of like one of the only stores carrying this product, and I've had 2 guys from Philly drive up and grab a bunch, and like we're hunting for serialized, and I said I don't blame you. The Godzilla card, if you pull one of those, I think it's going for $3,000 right now, or like
I want a
$2,000.
Mecha Ghidorah card.
So is
I mean,
Godzilla like
everybody's
one of
got-
the best cards in universes?
Right now. It's pretty, and if you build a good enough deck with Godzilla, yeah, I mean he can beat your ass pretty hard. It's
Gotta love it.
There's nothing like Levi fighting Godzilla on the battlefield. He's like, well, here comes, what was it, Totoro or whatever the hell his name is on My Hero, and I'm like, well, I'm going to fight Godzilla, and he's going to do fire blast. And, well, sorry, he's now charter man.
Oops.
So switching gears back into video games, what is your take on the new Dragon Age coming up? Veilguard?
I cannot wait. It looks absolutely gorgeous. They dropped a huge thing the other week that they showed Morgan, Witch of the Wilds, from back in 1. She's been in all the games. I don't think she was in 2 though, but when she was in Inquisition and she was in the first one, this one they showed her kind of stepping down off of a table, and she's wearing Flemeth's crown, her mother's crown. And after a lot of nerds that were big into the series said, holy shit, what is that all about? The graphics look insane on this thing. The story is going to be massive and immersive. You're going to see your character come from the scraps and grow, and it's going to be incredible. BioWorld is one of those companies that really does give a crap about its fans and really does care. From Mass Effect to Dragon Age. They did Knights of the Old Republic, if you remember that game from back in the
That was fun. I like Knights of the Old Republic. So this one, I guess the story is you're playing as Rook, and then you're trying to save Thetis. So the story seems to be interesting. It looks like you're going to be able to develop your character and take it in different roles, however you want.
It is one of those games where you are in full control of that world. Almost, it is every decision you make does reflect and have a butterfly effect for later on.
I love that.
I mean, you chose to let this guy out of his cage, and he might be some, Prince of Thieves or whatever he is, and you let him out, and later on in the game, for you letting him out, taking care of him, he's going to let you kind of get into these warehouses a little easier, where, he's like, I remember you, you're the a-hole that left me in here to die. Fine. I'm not helping. Shove off.
I've always liked these type of games.
Yeah, man, I like when
yeah, absolutely.
I like when your decisions affect the outcome in different aspects of the game. Like, it really makes you think, and it makes you hesitate before making a hasty decision. You really got to think about it.
Well, especially in a game this big. I mean, you're not just staying in one little area. You're going to have hours and hours and hours of go out and explore, go build your character, build a romance if you want, get your armor the way you want it, get the weapons the way you want it. It's going to be crazy. I mean, if it's going to be anything like the last Dragon Age, I mean, it's going to consume people's lives for months on ends. We've been waiting for this game for years, and here it is finally, and it's like it's almost here, and everybody's excited for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember playing Inquisition. That game consumed me for a while. I played that religiously.
And this one's going to consume you just as much.
When I tire of Skyrim, I'll have to play Inquisition.
Yeah, this one comes out at the end of October, so Halloween, it looks like it comes out. So
perfect.
Should be good. I found, so they did a trailer 3 days ago. This is for their Blighted Dragon gameplay trailer. So I'm gonna bring that up and show that.
We do not own this content, YouTube. We do not own this content.
Have they found Gillenhane?
Not yet, but they found something else worth killing. One of her blighted dragons.
You made it. Good. Miss it.
Was that a dwarf?
There's business with that dragon.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Ruined tower nearby.
Smash them with that hammer.
It was a dwarf.
Trap. We need to lure her out to have any chance. So we challenge her, draw the dragon out, then attack. You and me now.
Everyone, get ready.
Orders! Ready, ballistas!
Yes. Come on.
Hit the wing! Force through the land! Second attack!
Well, that didn't work.
Let's go!
Ooh. Look, it's Skyrim.
It almost looks Dark Souls-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
Dark Souls 3 is gorgeous. I got to give it that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Meteor. It's a nice mage. That looks pretty cool.
I dig it.
The gameplay looks pretty good.
Yeah. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun.
That's insane.
It's just endless hallways of doors.
Second dragon!
Oh no! A second dragon!
Press the attack! Bring that first one down!
Well, they're supposed to be extinct. That's why it's such a big deal.
Oh. Is this a Kraken?
No, it's Dark Spawn. That's blood magic.
Gillanane.
Consume their flesh! Shatter their bones!
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Your battle is already lost.
It looks really good, though. So, all right. For those of you that have played Inquisition, what's the biggest difference that you can see from the gameplay?
The UI is a little different.
Graphics.
Yeah, graphics. The
Yeah.
UI, the user interface looks pretty good. So, yeah, I'm excited for that one. I know a certain person that will probably be playing that quite a bit.
Well, those are
Do
great
you?
wardens too. That was kind of interesting to see that.
Yeah, Aaron's wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Aaron's wife. Aaron's wife is a big fan of the Dragon Age series.
I mean,
She is.
I'll probably pick it up.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up with it eventually. Like I said, I'm gonna play Inquisition first, so I kind of get a feel for the world, for the series, and then when I'm not super fucking broke, then I'll go out and I'll buy Veilguard. I got to be careful with what I spend my money on, man. Like I'm not that kind of person who can get every new game that comes out. So I got to pick and choose which ones I want. I still haven't gotten Elden Ring, as you know. I'd love to get it someday.
It needs to happen.
Yeah, I'd go for Dragon Age. We'd have more fun with that.
You think so? Well, I do love dragons, so you're probably right.
For
That's
you,
what
I
attracted
think-
me to
I think you'd
Skyrim
like-
first.
Yeah, I think you'd like Dragon Age better. I just want you to play Elden Ring so you can experience
I will
it.
eventually. I love character building. I love something that takes a long time. I love things that are difficult. Like I could build a character that could smoke everybody in the game in Skyrim. I could fucking cheat my way through with crazy potions and shit, but I hate doing that. It's not fun to just run through and not have a challenge. I hate that. Mike, just trade in your 10-year-old Madden games that's playing to buy right now, Bromansky. I don't have Madden games, believe it or not. Mike, you'll be happy to know that Alex has banned me from buying any Madden games ever since Madden 16, because those games would always piss me off so bad that the words that came out of my mouth were not happy words, and she did not like it. So no more Madden for me. Yes,
That's an
I'm not
inside
allowed.
joke between.
And
That was
Mike,
a great inside joke between me and Mike.
oh, was it? I thought he was talking to me, thinking I only play Madden games. But yeah,
No,
I haven't even watched the
goes
Giants
back to
this
our
year,
GameStop.
Mike. Oh, does it? Old Madden
But,
games as a trade-in at GameStop were worth like 50 cents.
that is the bane of our existence when we worked there. It was awful.
Oh, I got the new Madden. I'm going to trade the old one in because everybody wants to buy last season's fucking Madden. Everybody.
Why?
It's in a bargain. bin
They
for
don't.
$1.
Nobody plays the old ones because they have old rosters. Nobody gives a shit. So eventually, when all of them are thrown out and there's only one copy of Madden 99 out there, it'll be worth a fortune. Because it'll have that old roster on it.
If you get like I think it's like the ESPN football games, I think they're worth something. The ones that were battling Madden back in the day because they don't make them anymore, like the college football games, that's something. But I mean, like, unless it's autographed by the guy on the cover, no, they're not worth shit.
I have for NES Tecmo Super Bowl, and I have John Elway quarterback. Those are worth more than Madden.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's just a cash grab. Because, I mean, you could just make a game that's just called, like, NFL, and then you just fucking update it every fucking year.
Right?
Well, see, what they tried to do way back in the day was they were battling. It was Madden versus, I think it was like ESPN football. And ESPN football came up with the genius idea, let's make it $10 cheaper than Madden. But then everybody just assumed because it was $10 cheaper, it was worse. So nobody bought it. And that's how they died.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then the NCAA franchise was just the college version of Madden. It was almost exactly the same. Not much different.
Well, the players were pissed because they weren't getting paid for that. And it's like, well, that's me on the screen, but I'm not seeing a dime from it. They're like, well, you're in college. And they're like, well, it's still me.
Do you know how they got away with it? It's because they only used the numbers. They didn't use names.
Yeah.
How do you know that's you? Well, that's my fucking number. No, it's just a random number. That happens to be the same number as me, the quarterback of that same
but the
team.
likeness, I mean, the likeness of the image, like the players. Yeah. Like, you don't want to play an NFL game where you're playing as Patrick Mahomes and the player doesn't even look like Patrick Mahomes. Like, so I get the point. Yeah. You got to get paid.
Yeah. And I know Mike was going to go to this point. Mike was going to go to this point. I heard him start is now college players are allowed to get a cut of this kind of stuff. They're allowed to. So now the NCAA franchises are coming back.
As they should. You're going to see my likeness on there.
100%.
Sure as hell better see something.
100%. And I always had a problem with that, but that's something more for a sports show. But since we're talking about it in reference to gaming, I don't understand why they ever kept college players from making money on the side with this sort of thing anyway, because as a college student, you could still get a regular job and make money. So why not make money utilizing your skill and your talent, doing what you're doing?
Just wasn't known. You know, they had boosters in college.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Still got boosters.
Leone and I used to say the same thing about Call of Duty. It's the same freaking game every year, but everybody went out and bought it.
Yeah. For sure.
It sucks. We know. You said it last year, and here you are in line buying it again.
Sucks. Can't wait for Call of Duty 6. Modern Warfare 6.
Black Ops 6, right? Black Ops 6 is coming.
I don't know, man.
Nobody's gonna fucking play. They're gonna buy it. They're gonna play it for a couple hours, then they're gonna go back to Warzone. That's what everything's about. The battle royales now. Everything's about the pay to play. All the freemium games. It's all
either play the Warzone or Modern Warfare 3. I mean, I haven't played any of the new stuff.
Can't wait to be stuck in a chat room. Called the worst names in humanity over and over.
In a Call of Duty chat room, the worst place to be aside from a Rainbow Six Siege chat room. Fuck that game. I hate that game so much. Siege is
You
terrible.
can watch them on YouTube now. They have like recordings where people they say the recordings from this. My God, you would get eaten alive in those chat rooms today.
Thanks, Mike. Mike appreciates
calling
you,
you a
but guess what, motherfucker? So do I. It's nice to see you.
He's great.
All right. We're getting there, guys. We're about at that time. So do we have any closing thoughts, anything we want to touch on before we head out for this beautiful Friday evening?
I could get into another episode on Frostpunk too, because that shit's hard. I bought it. Well, I didn't buy it because it's free on Game Pass, but I've been playing it. It's hard because
It's hard.
even the first one was hard. And yeah, haven't beat the second chapter because I'm sitting there trying to do it. I'm looking at like strategies. I'm looking at base layouts. I'm trying to get up upper edge on the gameplay. Like it's just one of those games where no matter what you do, I mean, it's just hard. So,
And that's one of those civilization building games, yeah?
yeah, like a top down. This one's more. It's not as linear. It's not like a circle. I mean, your city's still in a circle, but you can build now towns and cities around your generator. So you don't have to place them
I was going to ask you about that.
next to the generators. It's more free placing now. And so but you got a frost break. So you got to clear out some of the snow in order for you to place a building there. So it's fun, but it's challenging. I've had to stop playing it just because it's so frustrating, and then I'll go back to playing it. It's one of those types of games where you're just like, fuck this, and then you'll click exit, and then you're like, oh wait, no, I might have a good strategy, and then you go play it again, and now I gotta take a break.
Just like Sid Meier's Civilization.
Yeah.
For some reason, I've never really gotten into any kind of games like that. Like even with the Sims, like I've tried playing Sims in its early days. I just couldn't do it. Like Farming Simulator, couldn't do Farming Simulator.
It's fun. I like
that one game that was free on PlayStation Plus. What was it? Cities Skylines or whatever. I tried that. I couldn't do that. I struggle with games like that.
6 is really fun.
Tropico 6.
You're either
Yes.
Tropico 6 you get to play as a dictator.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh, for fuck's
It's like
sake.
the fascist pigs are coming to take my island. Quick, let's get nuclear. Let's get this. Let's hold hostages. Let's you can make your character look like Saddam. You can make your character look like Fidel Castro. You can make it look like whatever you want them.
It's a builder. You know, you sit there and you place buildings and you craft your plantations and your farms and then you're exporting them to your dock and then you're selling your goods to make money. But there's so many challenging missions. It's another one of those games where you just sit there and you try to figure out a strategy to win the game, because it gives you missions. You're like, holy shit, I can't. I played it so many times.
I've been addicted to Goat Simulator recently.
Fucking Goat Simulator. Oh my God, that's great. I've watched that one a couple times.
You get to launch a nuke, and then you get a trophy called Kim Jong Oops. And because it's a nuclear one, you go with a little Fallout jumpsuit, so he's walking around Vault 101 on himself, and it's great.
Nice. Dude, maybe one of these episodes, we should really talk about some of the obscure, free, or cheap-ass games. And just, we really should get into that shit, because we're going to I have to play some of these weird games. I really do. Because there's a lot. I was looking through them the other day. There's a lot of weird-looking games out there.
I will download some and record some of the gameplay.
Go live from our account, baby.
My computer, so if I go live, like it messes up the game, or if I go live on the game, like the stream will kind of be a little glitchy. So I've got to pull out the old capture card if I want to do stuff on the PlayStation or stuff like that. Because streaming and Steam doesn't like doing both.
I believe that. All right. So what do you guys think? You good for tonight?
Yeah,
Wait.
we're good.
Upa says, "What's everyone's opinion on Black Myth Wukong game?"
I have
it's
not
amazing.
played it, but yeah, it is. It looks amazing, and some of the stuff that I have seen. So, like when you do like a, I wouldn't say like a finisher, but you're doing something in game. You're fighting a boss, right? And you go to use your potion, you go to use your flask or whatever it is. There's one that I saw where the Monkey King grabs the flask from you and drinks it himself. Like, so actions that you do in the game, the boss will counteract a lot of the stuff. And I was like, that's really cool. I don't know if it's been done in other games, but that was cool. Like seeing that you went to go pull a flask out and you went to go drink it, and then all of a sudden, cutscene, the boss grabs it from you and then does it himself. Like, and then he's now immortal for like 40 seconds or whatever. But I was like, that's dope. Like the interactions that you do.
I watched my guy Alex play it down here and it looked insane.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I have to look this up after stream because I haven't heard of this yet.
Yeah, look at some of the gameplay, some of the boss fights from Wukong. Like it looks so good.
I'll have to give it a look, see, man. But yeah, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you watching, tuning in live or tuning in after the fact, if you have a certain game, if you have a certain series, you have a certain topic that you'd like us to cover, or if you want to help us cover it, you want to appear on the show and be a guest and have some fun with us, have a chat, please reach out to us over on Facebook, or you could email me at Corey@ndtpodcast.com. You can also go to ndtpodcast.com, excuse me, and fill out a form and say that you want to be a guest for the gaming show. A lot of ways you could do it. Got a tickle on my throat all of a sudden. That sucks. You could also visit our shop over at ndtpodcast.com to get some NDT gaming gear and a bunch of other stuff. We do feature a couple of different streamers on our site. You can check out some of their gear. Let's see, what else do we have over there? You can check out our sponsors, our amazing sponsors, such as this dude down here with Dragon's Den Gaming over on the sponsors tab at ndtpodcast.com. Check out their websites, check out their Facebook pages, everything that they have to offer, because this show does not run as well without all of our incredible sponsors. What do we have next week? Next week we have Sunday night is our next variety show. Wednesday next week for the wrestling show. Follow us on all of our different platforms. Jared, you got anything else before we head out? Did I cover everything?
No, I think you're good. Yeah.
Got it all?
I think Leone should get on with us one of these nights too.
You get Leone on here to talk about gaming? Sure.
Yeah,
He knows the
funny?
routine. He knows how we roll. He can come on and hang out with us. I'm perfectly fine with it.
As one person I need, I was so bummed out when I went and visited Mike, and when I was up there.
Did you really?
Yeah. So yeah, when I was there, I
didn't know
visited not Leone. I visited Mike.
this
here,
Mike.
the Dragon's
Okay.
Den, and I walked right past Vivid Ink, and I was like, I really wanted to stop in, but it was a little later, and because I was like, man,
It's a
I
tattoo
really
shop.
need,
They're open late.
I need to get a cover up done, and I really want Mike to do it. So.
Well, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to reach out. You're going to have to talk to Mike. You're going to have to set something up ahead of time. And
I don't live down there, so it'd be hard for me to. I'd have to make another trip.
You're gonna have to just plan a trip around a tattoo is what you're gonna have to do, Jared. All right.
He's a busy guy, dude. I live down here, and trying to get him scheduled is like impossible. And I just need like a little. I just want to start
Just
my
look ahead into
the.
the spring, Jared. Look ahead into the spring.
For anybody that's wondering, I'm gonna get the NDT logo on my shoulder.
Love it.
Yeah, baby.
It's gonna happen.
All right. I think that's going to do it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to go watch some WWE SmackDown. Again, if you want to talk wrestling, go check out NDT Squared Circle Sessions over on TikTok. Follow NDT Podcast on TikTok as well for the main show. We really got to get that up and running again. You can follow us over on Rumble, over on YouTube, Facebook, YouTube, wherever we are, you can find us. Ladies and gentlemen, MDT is awesome, and so is the merch. Thank you so much, Stephen James. I appreciate you, my dude. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all later.
Unleashing the hive, metal duels will be waging. Join us on the journey, doing this engaging. NDT